How often do you consume meat? Every day? Once a week? Do you even keep track? People should work towards saving the lives of animals, decreasing their own risk for diseases, and adopt a more fulfilling and healthy lifestyle by reducing the amount of meat in their diet. As someone who's been a pescatarian, which means the only meat I consume is fish, for about a year and a half, I can truthfully say that decreasing my overall meat intake, I feel so much happier and healthier in life. I believe a healthy diet is so important for ourselves as well as the animals we share a planet with. I will address how you're impacting the lives of animals, negatively affecting your body and well-being by consuming meat. While I don't expect you all to become vegetarian by tomorrow, there are small steps you can take to start reducing your intake of meat. In order for you to want to take the extra step by reducing the amount of meat you consume, you should be informed of the sad truth behind the meat industry. More people are consuming meat than ever before. Because of this, slaughtering processes are drastically increasing in order to catch up to the demand of animal meat. According to Annie Potts in her 2017 book, Meat Culture, quote, in 2011, 296 million cattle, 1.3 billion pigs, 430 million goats, 517 million sheep, 2.8 million ducks, and a staggering 58 billion chickens were killed across the world. While these numbers are quite alarming on paper, it's even more alarming that each represents a defenseless animal whose life was cut short to fulfill our needs. Pigs are playful and curious creatures who love to spend their time laying in the mud, in order to cool themselves on a warm day. Contrary to popular belief, they're naturally clean and very smart creatures who enjoy communicating with other pigs by grunting and squealing. A domestic pig can live up to 15 years, but a majority are killed off at 6 months and removed from their mother just days after birth. They are taken into small dark rooms with no sunlight and put into tiny cages where they are fed until they're grown, until they reach a weight worthy of slaughter. This is a fate for too many animals. Slaughterhouses are not only cruel to animals, but they kill, but they also are deceptive to the public and overall an industry that cannot be trusted. In 2013, a scandal took place in Europe that involved horse meat being put into beef products. Police investigations and arrests did happen during this time. This is just one example that shows the meat industry serves with a factory-like mindset and has zero regard for the public. Not only is consuming meat dangerous to the lives of animals, when consumed too much, it can be dangerous for your own health as well. With today's scientific research, it's a fact that processed meat and red meat consumption are linked with chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. According to A.M. Salter in the Review Scientific and Technique, quote, commonly consumed red meats, including beef, lamb, and pork, may impact on the risk of range of chronic diseases if consumed in excess, end quote. It has also been said that high consumption of these meats is connected to other unhealthy lifestyle choices, such as smoking, high alcohol consumption, and less exercise. While studies are still new, there seems to be some link between the consumption of red meat and breast cancer. L.A. Diep states in the Journal of Council of Nutrition, quote, higher red meat intake in early adulthood might be associated with an increased risk of breast cancer in women who eat more legumes such as peas, beans, lentils, poultry, nuts, and fish might be at a lower risk later in life, end quote. Thankfully, in today's society, it has become increasingly easier to cut back on meat as there are so many alternatives and resources available. It is so important to experiment with the food you eat. Incorporating meat substitutes into your diet instead of the real thing can be a fun way to explore new recipes you wouldn't normally think of. Tofu is a wonderful substitute for just about any meat. Tofu is definitely something I take advantage of in terms of cooking and eating. It is made from soy and it's so easy to add to your meals. Beans are another great substitute for meat too. Want a taco? Try filling it up with rice and beans instead of meat. I bet you could barely taste the difference. Black beans, pinto beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, the possibilities are endless. Another way you can cut back on meat is by incorporating more vegetables into your diet. Everyone loves smoothies, and you can easily add vegetables like kale and spinach to yours without changing the flavor. It provides a bit more nutrients while also giving you some added vitamins. Omelets are also a great way to put vegetables into your diet. They're delicious, and you can add spinach, mushrooms, tomatoes, and onions to enhance the taste. While incorporating more vegetables and healthy alternatives into your diet may be easier said than done, one way you can make the change is by cutting back on eating out. Instead of eating fast food all the time, how about going to your local farmer's market and picking up some fresh fruits and vegetables? There you can find a variety of fresh produce at affordable prices. Locally grown food is fresh and it's good for your health. Not to mention, shopping at the farmer's market can be so much fun. Make a morning out of it. It can be a great activity to get you out of the house and one step closer to bettering your health. Incorporating cooking into your lifestyle is another way to cut back on eating meat. Learning new fun recipes you can cook at home is exciting. Walmart and Target have inexpensive cooking supplies that can help you get a head start on whipping up a meal. You can cook vegetable pastas, vegetarian soups, and all sorts of salads. There's no limit. Now, let's think back to everything I previously mentioned about cutting back on meat consumption. Now, close your eyes, visualize yourself at home. You're preparing a meal with all the fresh vegetables you've recently picked up at the local farmer's market. You've made the conscious decision to cook a meal that only involves delicious vegetables and a meat substitute. You're satisfied with your decision, if only just for one night, to pass on making meat your main course. After you sit down and eat your lovely home-cooked meal, you feel healthy and happy and pleased for sparing the life of a sweet, innocent cow. Open your eyes. This vision could be reality. I want for each and every one of you to want to make the choice to cut back on meat for animals and for yourself. Feeling healthy and happy in your life is so satisfying. We've discussed the huge problems surrounding the meat industry's factory-like mindset and the torture of so many animals. In addition, we've explored the negative health effects and diseases that are brought on by too much meat consumption. But there are so many easy and fun ways to slowly decrease the amount of meat you put into your body. We can make the small changes necessary in order to enrich our lives. I encourage you all to pick one day, just one day, where you consciously choose not to consume meat. Whether it involves you saying no to Chick-fil-A for one afternoon or incorporating a meat substitute into your meal, any small step can make a big difference. Cutting back on meat will not only make a difference to the animals you're saving, but also your own personal health. Now, the choice is up to you, whether for yourself, animal welfare, or something completely different. Take that next step. You'll be so glad you did.